Hey guys, Dr. Ashley here. So I was working this Sunday and I believe last Sunday as well and next Sunday as well. I don't know, all the Sundays. And so I've just been thinking about how when I was in residency, I heard about someone who was in residency that asked for their religious days off. I feel like they were like Muslim or Jewish or something like that. I don't think it was Sunday. But they asked for a day off every week. And I remember hearing that and being really torn because I hadn't asked for a specific day off for church every week. So did that make me not as devout as other people? Or did that mean that I was not as dedicated to my career if I did ask for that off? I went back and forth for a while. I don't know about you guys. But faith and career will sometimes overlap in ways that make sense, and other times just kind of go head to head and get in each other's way. And I think for me in residency, I never like required Sundays to be off because it was a short-term commitment. This is going to be 3 years and then I'll be done. And it's just something I have to work with in the meantime. And I had made this promise to be, the best that I could while I was there. But to be fair, I did have a lot of backup plans. It's not just that I was like, I'm not going to church and that's how it was. So I actually had a really good, I actually used to ask for Saturdays on call. Our schedules were a little bit different, but we had 30-hour call. So sometimes if I got Saturday off, I could get off in time to go to church on Sunday. That was pretty exhausting, so I didn't do that very much. But I also had a really good Sunday night church service that I went to regularly, had a lot of great friends there. And they were really always very encouraging and very supportive. They were a lot of how I got through residency because it was such a difficult time. And I think the thing to remember is you do have to take care of you in order to help take care of other people. Now, I know in medicine in general, we don't really practice what we preach. We tell patients this is how you should sleep and what you should eat and how you should rest. And we do 0% of that. We just consider ourselves some kind of superheroes that are above all of that. But in general, if you're not taking time and making a priority of your spiritual life and your emotional health, you will suffer. I mean, you're seeing people in the hospital on the worst possible days of their lives. And it will take a toll on you if you don't make sure to prioritize what matters. So the first thing I would say is ask. Really just pray to God about what matters to him. Does he have in mind for you to ask off for a day, or does he have in mind for you to do it a different way? Second, if you're needed at church or you have some kind of like leadership role or something like that, I don't think it's an unreasonable thing to be leaning toward. So it depends on the situation. Second, ask. I asked for Sundays off every month when we were making schedules, and I got quite a few off just because I simply asked. So don't be afraid to make known what's important to you. And third, I would say you've got to make time to prioritize your spiritual health. Sometimes, some seasons, it's just plain not going to look the way you think it's going to look. So sometimes you're just not going to be able to go to church for a while at all, right? Like that's the season I was in this year. But that doesn't mean that I get nothing, right? I go to online churches while I'm driving to work. I do extra time in the Word to make sure that I'm staying encouraged, and I do a lot of like worship time on my own to make sure that I'm spending time with God. So how can you do that in this particular season? Can you put some Bible verses in your coat pocket and carry them around with you? Can you listen to somebody read the Bible while you're driving to work? What can you do that will help you stay dedicated where it matters? Anyway, hope you're having a good one. If you would like more tips on spiritual health and wellness, definitely follow along here. And I'll see you later. Bye.